Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Patrick Dang here. Now in this video, we're gonna talk about exactly what a sales development representative is, how it works, and whether or not it's something you should be interested in. Now before we go ahead and get started, make sure to give this video a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications if you wanna see more sales videos like this. And with that said, let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing we gotta cover is what exactly is a sales development representative, right? Also known as an SDR. Now a sales development rep is essentially an entry-level sales role where your main role is to generate appointments with prospects, meaning potential customers. And you might do this either through cold email, LinkedIn messages, or cold calling. And the whole goal of the role is to get that lead, meaning your potential customer, and schedule a meeting with them. Sometimes you're gonna be on the phone to qualify to see whether or not they are interested in buying your products and services. And if they are, you're gonna take that prospect and make an introduction to an account executive. An account executive is somebody essentially who just closes deals. So a sales development rep, they don't necessarily close any deals. Their only job is to generate leads, generate appointments for the other salespeople, the account executives, to actually close the deal. Now I will say a sales development rep, also known as an SDR, is pretty much the same thing as a business development rep. The companies use the same name interchangeably, SDR, BDR, so it's pretty much the same thing. But for this video, we're gonna refer to the role as a sales development rep. Now, do you need any prior experience to get started as an SDR? And the quick answer is no. A lot of companies who are hiring entry-level salespeople, whether it's hiring out of college or someone who wants to make a switch in their career and start a career in sales, you don't really need any prior experience because you can learn all the skills to generate appointments on the job. However, to actually succeed in this job, you're gonna need a higher emotional intelligence, you need some soft skills, you need the ability to write good emails and LinkedIn messages and have conversations, and sometimes you also need to be good at talking over the phone when it comes to cold calling, if that is what the company uses to generate appointments. So it's really just having general people skills, if that's what companies are looking for when they are hiring an SDR. Not necessarily your prior experience, but whether or not they believe you have the potential to learn the skills on the job if you do a great job as a sales development rep. So how much does a sales development rep actually make? So to give you the idea of the compensation models, we're gonna talk about what it's like working as a sales development rep in America and the United States, okay? I started my career in sales in California, so give you an idea of what's going on. So according to Betts Recruiting, right, which is a recruiting agency in America, and I've used them before, based on their information and the people that they place in different companies, the annual salary for a sales development rep is gonna be $40,000 to $70,000 US. And that's just gonna be your base salary, not even including commission, right? So SDR receives bonuses typically on the number of sales qualified leads or qualified appointments, meaning that every meeting that you set up for your account executive, you are gonna get paid. So to give you an idea, let's say in San Francisco, which is where I used to work in sales, your base salary is 50 to 65K, quite high. And then OTE means on target earnings. If you hit 100% of your quota, meaning how many appointments you should be setting per year, you can make 75 to 95K. So that's base salary plus commission. And then in New York, it's kind of similar, but at places in like Austin and Chicago, they obviously pay less because the cost of living is less. So more expensive the place where you're working, more you get paid. So that's just generally how it works. So if you're thinking about starting a career in sales, especially if it's gonna be technology sales, like we're kind of talking about right here, you can make a lot even as an entry-level salesperson, right? We're talking about making like 50 to 70K, with your salary plus commission. Sometimes you can make more than 70K if you're really doing well, right? So, even though it's an entry-level sales job, and you can kind of get started with no experience, people pay a lot because it's hard to find good talent. And if you can actually get these appointments, people are willing to pay you a lot of money because in the end, the company makes way more money by generating these leads. So next thing we're gonna talk about is how exactly do you even find a sales development role? So essentially what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you some examples of where you can find different jobs, right, on different job boards and things like that. First one we're gonna talk about is angel.co, which is essentially a website for startups. And a lot of people in startups and companies like Uber and stuff like that are posting jobs here, specifically tech jobs, because in technology, sales development reps are quite popular, right? And a lot of companies rely on these people to grow their businesses. So if you kind of just scroll down and you kind of look at what's going on, let's say a startup like Sawyer, never heard of them before, but they're hiring sales development reps, paying 40 to 60K. Okay, CourseDog, Y Combinator-backed startup, is paying sales development reps in New York, working remote, 70 to 100K. So it's very similar to what we saw in Bets Recruiting, where people are paying a lot of money for these entry-level sales roles. So, you kind of see it, 50 to 70K, 70 to 90K, you even get some equity. So it really depends on where the company is at in terms of their stage. So if they are a later company, let's say an Oracle or Salesforce, it's not gonna give you an equity probably. But if you're working at a startup where maybe they have like 5 employees, 10 employees, 20 employees, then they're gonna give some equity, whether it's like 0.01% or something, but you get something. So kind of diving into an example, right? Let's say for the startup CourseDog, they're hiring a sales development rep. And they're gonna partner with the sales team, find people, potential customers, and basically generate meetings for account executives, right? That's essentially the job of a SDR. And you can get all these different benefits, so depending on the company and how much funding they have, or if they're already profitable, they're gonna give you a lot of stuff. So, using Angel.co is a really good place to kind of look for different jobs. Another one you can use is LinkedIn, right? So if you kind of type in sales development rep and then you type in let's say the area that you are living in, I'm putting in Los Angeles, for example, then, you're gonna find all these different jobs that kind of are similar to AngelList, right? Where, they're looking for a business development rep, which is pretty much the same as sales development reps, right? But you wanna be careful that when you're going for these good jobs, you're not just looking for a telemarketing job that's gonna pay you $20 an hour. You're looking for an SDR or BDR job that gives you a good base salary and good commission, and you're making, let's say, like 40 to like 100K per year, depending on your experience and the company and what the job entails, right? So don't go for the jobs that don't pay commission. You always want to look for career opportunities where, if you do well, you should be getting paid more, not getting paid by the hour. So that's a tip that I have for you when you're looking on LinkedIn and you're filtering through different opportunities. Another example is if there's a company that you want to work for, you just go on their career page. So for example, let's say Zenefits is I guess they're not really a startup anymore. They're quite a larger company. And they were a startup at one point, and they sell HR technology, right? HR software. So if you like this company, for example, what you do is you kind of go on the website, scroll down, go to careers, which is right over here, right? You click on careers. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna go on their career page, see all positions, and you're gonna see if they have a sales development rep. So you kind of, sales development rep right here. So it's looking for 2 sales development rep in Arizona and Charlotte. So let's go in this one. So basically, you kind of go over here and then you see what they require, college degree, blah, blah, blah. They don't really any sales experience, and you apply. So, and then takes you to a page and you can apply for the job over here. So pretty much that's how the process works if you want to work for a specific company that you really like. And the last way I have for you when it comes to finding a sales development rep opportunity is using a recruiting agency. So Bets Recruiting is a recruiting agency that I actually used before, and they actually do have a really great service. So if you kind of look for, let's say, for professionals, and then you kind of go into sales, right? And you kind of see the positions that they have. They have sales development rep, account executive, which is more seasoned, people that close deals, and customer success, account management, which are some other career paths that you can explore when it comes to sales, right? So when it comes to sales development rep, same as BDR, EDR. I mean, there's so many different terminologies for what a sales development rep is, but it's pretty much all the same, just different type of niches and different type of markets, whether it's like mid-market, small, medium business, or enterprise companies, right? But you're pretty much doing the same job, which is to generate leads. So by working with a recruiting agency, it's actually, I've used it, it was many years ago when I last used it, so maybe the business model has changed, but essentially it's usually free for the candidate, meaning if you're looking for a job, it's free for you. But when somebody hires you, that company has to pay a fee to, let's say, a Bets Recruiting, right? So you get a new job for free, and the company pays all your expenses, all the expenses to actually get you in the door, because it's hard to find talent, and it's kind of a win-win situation. Now, this typically only really works if you are an ideal candidate, or you got something special about you, whether it's your personality, past experience, charisma. If they believe in you, they're gonna try hard to place you in a good job, because everybody gets paid if that happens. But if you don't really have the skills, or you're not an attractive sales candidate, then they may decide not to work with you because they don't don't believe that they can place you, right? So it really depends. There are more recruiting agencies out there besides Vets Recruiting. So you just got to do your research on, where you live and who's around you that can help you out. So with that said, we covered what a sales development rep is, what the day-to-day is like, how you can actually get started, and how you can find a job as a sales development rep. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and let me know in the comments, what's your #1 takeaway that you got from this video. And if you want to, start a career in sales development, right? Let me know. And if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. Leave it in the comments. And if you want to learn more about sales and SDRs and BDRs, check out my other sales videos. And so with that said, my name is Patrick Dang, and I'll see you guys in the next one.